my channel. Here's the thing. This is my second video. My first one is like talking about, you know, jobs I don't like, or jobs that are the worst jobs, at least for me. So that's pretty much what I talk about in this channel. Is I'll just be doing gripe sessions, ouch, about jobs and people, and pretty much saying stuff that you want to say to the people at the time and right in front of them, but you hold back because you're a good person. Yeah, so this is just talking about jobs right now, about, you know, the worst jobs. And I'm not going to get into exactly what the people do. That's going to be another video, and that's going to be fun, because boy am I going to tell it how it is. Right now, I'm going to be talking about when I worked at Olive Garden, which was like for, let's see, 3 months, about 3 months I worked there. I call it the worst job for me. Now, that doesn't mean for everybody, because I have a best friend who works there, and she does an awesome job. Like, she is really good working there. She's just a good person anyway, but it's like, she works at Olive Garden, can make so much money, and she does really well there. Excuse you. Hey, watch it. Todd? Excuse my cats. They have no manners. Anywho, so yeah, this is not in any way putting Olive Garden down. Like, Olive Garden is an awesome place to go eat. I love eating there. Even working there, I mean, I had a good time, to tell you the truth. It was okay, because the managers were awesome. And certain things we did there were good, but it wasn't for me. It did not flow, and I don't want to ever work there again. It's nice to know I could, but I don't ever want to work there again. So that's why I call it the worst job for me. Okay, so reasons why this was the worst job for me. I'm not going to go into the people, because those are more stories, and I don't really want to do a whole long video on griping about the people, the guests. So I'll just say the reasons, like working as an employee at Olive Garden was not good for me. First of all, you are told, and this goes for pretty much every restaurant, to prompt or script certain things to try there, like drinks, wines, and certain alcoholic drinks and non-alcoholic. Like, oh my goodness, every time I get on here I yawn. Like the limonades, those are non-alcoholic, so a lot of the people will say the limonades, they're like, well, and I'm like, it's non-alcoholic, and then they might try one, but very rarely do they try one. And most of my shifts were like the opening shifts, like 11 o'clock, and of course scripting alcohol at 11 o'clock is really hard. No one wants to drink that early. I mean, maybe a few people. I've got like 2 before, but yeah, hardly ever any people want to buy alcohol that early. And of course the managers are like, you know, you need to up your sales, you at least need to sell at least, you know, 2 drinks in the early afternoon, and then like 3 in the evening. So like, I tried, I really did, but I don't drink. I mean, so people will be like, what's one of your good wines, or what's a good wine from here? I was like, the red one, maybe. We also have white. So I kind of spent my early mornings, when I didn't have anything to do, reading the bottles of wine to see what paired well with them, because I had no idea. And that was another thing that stressed me out, was trying to get those people to buy drinks, and I didn't know what they were, what they went good with, and you know, make sure you check IDs, which that wasn't the hard part. So that was a little bit on the stressful side. Another thing about working at Olive Garden, really is not a lot, mainly just the drink part, but there were those lulls, which I didn't work all that much there. My days were pretty much, I think, I worked like Monday, Tuesday, Friday, and possibly a Thursday, because I had my other job too. I was staying at, yeah, 2 jobs. So I'd get like those days where there was no one. I'd have like an 11 to 4 shift, and I didn't hardly make like any money because I didn't get very many tables. It's like, dang. Like one morning I had like one table in an hour. I was thinking, I was like, there's no way this is good. Of course, there was early for the lunch pronto, so it wasn't that expensive, so they didn't want to tip me that much. Which the tips, I mean, people don't know how to tip. They don't realize that servers in the southern states make like $2.63 or something like that an hour. $2.60 an hour. Think about that. Next time you go to an Olive Garden in Arkansas, especially, we're not making hardly anything. So we're depending on tips. So here's the thing about that. I'm going off on people, but here's the thing. If you know that you're going to go out to an expensive sit-down eating restaurant, sit-down means like, you're being waited on, then you need to be prepared to tip well, at least above 15%. I would say 20% every time is what you need to tip, because servers are dependent on that tip for a living. Nobody can survive on a $2 freaking tip. Sorry, I'm ranting. I'm sorry. I'm gonna have a whole video like that too. But okay, so that's just a little bit of that. Yeah. So tip your waitress or waiter. And Olive Garden was a fun place to work. I loved all the employees there. Everyone was so nice. Like I said, the managers were great. The people, the guests were, you run into your great one, your nice, sweet ones, and then you had those other ones who were just like, you didn't even care about the tip at the end of the day. You just wanted them gone. So there's that. Another thing about Olive Garden that wasn't particularly suited for me was I was used to another way of serving. I was used to being able to get like salads and food along with the drinks. And Olive Garden, you can't do that. You have to get the food out separately from the drinks. And that was just another extra step that you had to, think about ahead of time. And like I said, it's just fun for me. I mean, and I was not used to having to be the cashier for people, needing to pay. Here I go again. And my other serving job, they pay on their way out. I mean, we had those little kiosk things at the table, and people would do that one often, and that was actually kind of cool because they could see their tip. They could move. For one person, actually moved the tip down, and I did a good job too. That was really annoying. Anyway, yeah. So that was another part that stressed me out because I wasn't used to that. I was like, oh gosh, now I gotta go cash these people out, and this lady needs cash, and I didn't have really that much cash to bring with me to make change. So I was like having to go around to different servers and say, do you have change for a $5? Because I didn't bring enough, and a lot of times I felt bad asking the cashier all the time for change, and it was really kind of stressful. And a friend of mine actually went to an Olive Garden to work too, and she kind of had the same feelings after working at another job for so long, and then you switch over to this one. I was like, yeah, wasn't for me. No. But like I said, there's servers out there that make Olive Garden work for them, and they were living a good life on their tips because they do good. And that's like my best friend there. She does a great job. In fact, we're getting ready to go eat out there soon, and I'm going to be asking for her because she does such a good job, and she's my best friend anyway, so of course, why wouldn't I ask for her? That's my take on working at Olive Garden. If you were a server and worked at Olive Garden, perhaps maybe you should put a comment down below about maybe just, comment on some of the stuff I've said, or leave your feedback, maybe what drives you crazy about working there. Again, this is no way putting down Olive Garden. I think everybody needs to go and eat there. Their food is wonderful. It's like really good, and it's clean back there. It's a very clean kitchen. Trust me, I was very observant about how they did their stuff back there, and it was really clean. soup and everything. The salads are made in a very organized, clean manner, and it's a good place. It really is. Managers are great. Servers are great. Guests can be turds sometime. Like I said, that's another rant I'm gonna do after I do some of these job talkabouts. Here's the things. Alrighty, everybody, that's my take on working at Olive Garden. I hope you like that, and please stay tuned because I am gonna have my sister join me for another job that we actually did together. That, yeah, we had some stories about that one too. But like I said, we're just talking about the job, and then we're gonna get into the wonderful people of this world. Can't wait to start talking about what I think about people in this world. But that's gonna be later. Alright. Again, please subscribe to my channel. Here's the thing. I would really appreciate subscriptions and likes on this video, views, and all that jazz. And that's it until my next video. Keep watching. Alright, I'm done.